coming up for you. The whole match live here on Sky Sports 2.
You're watching Sky Sports 2.
Like life itself, time has neither beginning nor end. We wear these little circles of time like talisman. A gift from a loved one, a memento to a friend. The art of the watchmaker is to make that time more precious. Like Toledo, by Rotary. Who else could bring a new angle to time?
Philips has invented the ultimate compact disc player, CDI. It doesn't just play music, it also plays movies. And sounds you can see. It takes games into whole new worlds. Philips CDI, one player, countless opportunities. Philips invents for you.
A panel on video for all the family.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, oh no, it's not.
Pussy in Boots, 18 rated video.
It's all worked out beautifully with the new lagoon. When you're hungry, Snickers is big enough to your hunger because it's with fresh roasted. It's one big delicious eat, more satisfying than a or even a satisfaction in a big way. Snickers is the big eat that really satisfies.
The wandering Ribena berry finally returned to discover a new, richer Ribena, crammed with even more juicy blackcurrants. Come home to a new, richer...
On the big league on Sky Sports 2 tonight, Halifax 6th in the table, Widnes are 10th. Sides making their way onto the field, and John Schuster is the leading point scorer in the game, 152 points. A try in each of Halifax's home games so far this season. And he's got 54 goals and 11 tries. He's quite a player. Wants us to point out, by the way, that he is Western Samoan, despite the fact that he played in the All Blacks team. Roy Southernwood, the Halifax hooker, hanging on to his place despite the fact that Paul Rowley is on the bench, and John Schuster, as the game's leading point scorer, picks up the award as the entertainer of the month in the big league. Congratulations to him. Out come Widnes. And Widnes 10th before tonight. It's where they finished last season. They're just 4 points clear of a relegation place. A win is vital, and Stuart Spruce, their fullback, Great Britain international, he knows more than most just how important this match is. He has been a consistent performer in a fairly inconsistent Widnes season so far. Let's run through the Halifax side for you quickly. Bailey in at fullback for the first time. Bentley, Schuster, Richard Smith, Preston, Hagan and Parker. And the forwards, Harrison, who's the captain, Southernwood, Fieldhouse, Moriarty against his former club, of course, Baldwin and Devorty. And on the bench, the young Paul Rowley, the hooker, and Danny Burton, another of the youngsters here at Thrum Hall, being blooded by the coach, Steve Sims. John Bentley, if there's a better winger in form at the moment in the big league, we've yet to see him. 6 tries in his last 6. a tremendous performer, one of the game's entertainers. Watch out for him tonight. And watch out for the Widnes team too. They have Spruce at full-back, Peter Smith on the wing, Hammond, Wright, Hadley, Ruane and Singleton. Makin, David Smith, the hooker, and Hansen, Collier, Coloto and McCurry, who's captain tonight, with Chris Kelly, who's 21, and 34-year-old Mike O'Neill on the bench. The referee is Robert Connolly. It could be either of the two of them, it must be said. Robert and John, the twin brothers who officiate in the big league, but that is Bob Connolly. They are the spitting image of each other, they really are. So it's Halifax against Widnes. We're at Thrum Hall, and quite a match for these two sides. Carl Harrison tonight wearing the headgear, coming back after that Ashes series. So Stones Bit of Championship, 6th in the table, takes on 10th. Big night for Halifax. They're adrift of Wigan, as indeed they all are, but with a game in hand and to play Wigan twice before the end of the season, anything could happen. And Bentley with the kick-off puts it out on the full. First mistake of the night from the man I call the game's entertainer.
Well, he wasn't entertaining there, was he? A really bad mistake. Out on the full. That's not the start that they would be looking for. They really are an entertaining side, this Halifax outfit. But tremendous speed out wide in Bentley and Preston. As we mentioned before the game, John Schuster in tremendous form too.
Well, the fact that Bentley put the kick-off out on the full, it results in a penalty to the opposition on the centre spot. And so Widnes in possession, but instead of being deep in their own half, they're deep inside the Halifax half. That was McCurry, and this is the tall figure now of Craig Makin, the prop forward. There's Singleton, and he finds Ruane, and the runner there was Andy Collier for Halifax jersey to greet him, but Collier still manages to make some progress. David Smith, the dummy half, he gets it away to the tall figure of Emosi Coloto. Great to see him back. Coloto was thought that his career was over because of a neck injury, but he's playing on, and it's good to see. And Singleton with a lovely half break. Good tackling. This is Hammond, and Halifax swarming all over him. Devorty and Richard Smith there to bring him down. The high kick from Singleton. It's crossfield kick. It's a tester for Bentley. Ball bounces back. It's a penalty to Halifax, though.
It's got to be. Singleton clearly took John Bentley out before the ball came down. You're not allowed to interfere with the man, not even touch him. You can see quite clearly. Darren Wright, Singleton moving through. It's a good kick. I'll tell you what, those are going to be the tactics tonight. Mark Bailey, of course, inexperienced in the full-back position. There was good tactics by the Widnes side.
Well, you picked it, didn't you, before the match? You said Bailey would be peppered with the high kicks, and so it proves. But it's Halifax now in possession. And quick mention, while Halifax have their first set of 6, to Jeff Muxlow, who normally has his lens trained on Halifax. He's their video recorder, and he's recovering from a heart attack in hospital, and all the boys want to wish him all the best for a speedy recovery.
Well, the second row, Simon Baldwin there, thought he was the dummy runner. Expected Wayne Parker to throw the ball behind him. Often confuses these sides, and he used a dummy runner at first man.
Ball out wide to Stuart Spruce, but that's great tackling. Tremendous tackle from John Schuster, that. Here now Adrian Hadley, the Welsh international, taking it into the danger zone. Hadley, 6 Welsh caps. David Smith. That's the last tackle in this set of 6. Will they hoist the high kick again? It's with Singleton, this time a little dink over the top. Parker's there. The ball caught behind his own try line on the full, diffuses the bomb.
Nice little kick over the top, but you can see that Halifax there, they realise that Mark Bailey's inexperience in the full-back. They had 3 men back to help. That's good team spirit.
Moriarty, his first touch for Halifax against his former club tonight. Played the ball from an almost horizontal position, and Gary Devorty manages to hang on despite some butterfingers there. 3.5 minutes gone. 0-0 at Thrum Hall. Live on Sky Sports 2 tonight. The big league for the first time. Southernwood, the dummy half. Parker, shaped a kick and almost foxed Andy Collier, but Collier just stuck out the arm and brought him down. There's Southernwood. Here's Hagan. Drifts one over the top to the other side, and Peter Smith picks up. Peter Smith, anxious for me to tell you that he scored 6 tries in an 18 game. That's the reserve fixture against Carlisle just recently. That's why he's in the side, because Jason Green is out injured.
Let's hope he can emulate that feat. Widnes certainly looking for a change of fortune. Hasn't been the best for them over the past 2 seasons. Troubled by injury, of course, losing so many great players. But they'll give a good account of themselves tonight, especially this pack of forwards. They are big and strong.
None bigger than the prop forward Lee Hansen, no doubt about it. Tony Myler, their coach, has got them high on spirit and commitment and camaraderie. And here's Singleton. He really is at the heart of everything that they do. Little tester for Bailey. It bounced just over him, but he managed to turn and collect it. No problems for Bailey then, the former St Helens halfback, of course.
Well, they're getting the tactics right, Widnes. That was a nice deep kick from Singleton. Kick is only as good as the chase, and 3 Widnes players very quick to get down to it. This is good defence. They're holding Halifax within their own quarter.
And I know that the Widnes players were very, very disappointed with their last showing on Sky when they went down 29-0 against Oldham. And tonight they are determined to prove to not only themselves but their supporters and the Sky viewers that they are a team still to be reckoned with. A team with a very, very famous pedigree and history, of course. Parker making the error. He missed the ball, but it went backwards, and John Connolly says play on. And Spruce collected that on the full. Good take by the Widnes fullback.
Wonderful catch there from Spruce. Fullback read that well. Oh, that was pretty high. Deary me, the second rower there, Baldwin, swinging the arm. Oh, just got a touch on the shoulder first, but it came right up under the top, right into the face. A few harsh words from the referee, Robert Connolly, and rightly so. Keep them down. Any more of that, and I'm sure that Connolly will be looking for those cards that I know that he has in his back pocket.
Simon Baldwin, the former Lee man, came to Thrumhall in a £100,000 deal involving Rowley as well. Penalty, first one of the match to Widnes, first chance for them to have a kick at goal. Well, second penalty of the match, actually, because, of course, they got that one direct from the kick-off on the halfway line. But the first time that Hadley can have a shot at goal with the penalty. 18 goals so far this season for the Welshman. Now a goal kicker, but aren't they all from South Wales? Bang in front, but about 38 metres from the posts. Be quite a kick, this, if he gets it. Just misses. The important thing for Widnes is the ball went dead, so they'll get it back from the dropout on the 20-metre mark. 0-0 it stays.
They'll be disappointed with that Widnes. They fully deserve to get at least 2 points. Been an enterprising start from them, and I'm afraid the same can't be said for Halifax. Quite a few errors coming into their game early in the piece.
Of course, the players coming back after the break last weekend caused by that third and deciding test at Ellen Road. Early possession belongs to Widnes, but I suppose, Steve-O, the players from both these sides, indeed every team playing in the big league this weekend, can be excused just a touch of ring rustiness. It takes them a wee while to get back into it after a fortnight off.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes is all that counts, really, and this is what Widnes will be looking for. Trying to catch Halifax on the hop, and at the moment they're doing it well.
Yes, it's a bright and enterprising start from Widnes, this. And McCurry drifting that one towards the corner, and Bentley was able to let it run out of the field of play.
Talented kick there from the skipper for the night, Steve McCurry. Can play hooker, of course. He really does have a good rugby league brain. There's an excellent kick. I'll tell you what, they're pretty slow to get round and take that out, Halifax. They really are a bit ring rusty at the moment.
Bentley taking it up. He was met by Darren Wright, and the tackle completed by David Ruane. Here now is Schuster, the man who got that certificate as the big league's entertainer of the month. Carl Hammond bringing the big Western Samoan, as he wants to be known, down. And there's a mistake from Paul Moriarty against his former club.
Really was a good impact there from the big prop forward Lee Hansen. He knows it as well. Hansen really just dug the shoulder into him. The big second rower Moriarty not keeping control of it. Let's not forget also that it's been pretty wet over this side of the Pennines. Drizzling most of the day, so it'll be pretty slippy out there.
Yes, a misty night here in Halifax, but thankfully the fog that is enveloping the motorway is keeping away from Halifax at the moment. And it will be, I'm sure, until 9 o'clock. Another drop ball. And Wayne Parker picks up the pieces for Halifax. Smith trying to move it out, but was it stolen, Steve-O?
Well, I think it was. I think you'll find that Michael Hagan had a hand in there. The hooker, David Smith, of course, normally a prop forward. They've taken a gamble, Widnes, by playing 3 prop forwards in the front row, and I think you'll see that Hagan's hand, well, it definitely see there, and Robert Connolly was in a very good position, but he said play on.
Penalty. Halifax in the shape of Moriarty driving it in, and Widnes being penalised for the flop.
Well, there's no real reason for it. I mean, he just leaned against him, didn't he, David Smith? Well, I can't understand why the referee would call that up.
Now then, here is Mark Preston for Halifax, grounded in centre field. Schuster will take it on and get through one tackle. Can he get round Spruce? He can, and he makes it to the line. Well, John Schuster is the big leagues entertainer, and he has produced a try out of nothing for Halifax there.
Boy, oh boy, we said he was in excellent form, but look at this. Ticks on the inside. Superb play. You could see that the Widnes defence was slow to pull in there. And the speed of the man. Likes to be called a Western Samoan now. Yes, that's played for the Kiwis, but that was a beautiful step there. And it was the prop forward playing hooker tonight, David Smith, as the one was just fractionally slow. That was enough for that man to get the break. You can't afford to give him room like that.
John Schuster then maintains his record of scoring in every home game that Halifax have played, but I noticed that he has the right thigh heavily strapped, and I think he felt a twinge of the hamstring as he went over for that try. And you see he's just flexing the muscle a touch, and so it means that John Bentley will take the kick at the moment for Halifax. Schuster normally the man who pops them over for the men from Thrum Hall, but this is Bentley with the conversion attempt, and he has pushed it wide. Halifax 4, Widnes 0. A bright start for Widnes. It comes to naught.
This is all it takes. You can see David Smith, his ring there is just a fraction too slow, coming over near the line. The step inside by the master centre, and John Schuster is away. He went round Spruce with ease. That is a great try.
It could easily have been 6 points had Schuster not had this little niggling injury. But the goal-kicking responsibility resting at the moment with Bentley, and he missed it. So it's 4-0. And Halifax ahead, having lost earlier in the season by 17 points to 10 at Widnes. You might have heard them describing that before the kick-off here tonight as their worst performance of the season so far. They're anxious to atone. No one keener than their captain, Carl Harrison. David Smith flopping in again, and Harrison looking ruefully at the referee.
He's got to be offside.
Offside.
Oh, no doubt about it. Anthony Singleton there. Wasn't squared at the marker, so he was deemed to be offside. You could see him there. He was coming back onside. You must go back, be either the second marker, which has to be square, or come back the full 10. He did neither, thus the penalty.
So Halifax here with a big opportunity now. Preston. Widnes defence, though, moving up quickly to ground the Halifax winger. Here's Harrison driving it in. The leader of the pack.
Gee, that was forward, surely.
Parker and Devorty, and back to Parker. He switches the direction of the attack. Hagan, that was to Smith. Good tackling by Singleton and by the centre, Carl Hammond. Now Moriarty, what would this fella give for a try against Widnes here tonight?
Beautiful delayed pass there from Michael Hagan. You could see how Moriarty got over that advantage line with ease.
Hagan dabs it through. Hadley is there. Good covering by the Widnes winger.
Brilliant positioning from Hadley. He read that to perfection. It was a neat little kick through, but he was equal to the task. He knew that Hagan was going to be in there to control the kicking game. Super position.
And this time it's a penalty to Widnes. Again, Halifax not standing square at the play of the ball, moving off the mark. Just explain that, Steve-O, to any new viewers.
Well, there you can see that the prop forward, Carl Harrison, had moved before the ball had been played. You cannot move until the ball has been touched the floor and struck with the foot.
Well, the penalty did not find touch. Instead, it only found Michael Hagan, who in turn has found John Bentley. And Bentley, elusive as ever, has three tracking him down. And eventually, Wright gets there to him, with a bit of help also from Hadley and from Ruane.
He did well there, did Bentley. He realised he'd made the overlap, but then could see that there was three cover coming across. Rather than run the risk of going side into the touch, he ducked back down. But that is bad play. The knock on there. Fieldhouse trying to keep the thing alive, but dear to me, that is scrappy play.
So the scrum going down, and it's Widnes' head and feed. Halifax tonight, of course, without Graham Hallis, one of the players who's filled in at full-back for Steve Hampson, who's out injured also. Let's hear from Hallis now with Bill.
Graham, a smashing try from John Schuster.
Yeah, superb. John's been trouble with hamstring injuries all week, and it's nice to see him out there tonight, and especially coming out to a ball like that and scoring a try like that is be a great boost for himself.
But to be fair to Widnes, that came really against the run of play, didn't it?
Yeah, Widnes have started strong here, and in all honesty, the boys have not put a set of six together that's been worthy of note as yet. We're making far too fundamental errors, far too many of them, and you know, we've just got to settle down and see how we can go from here.
I think the cry from the crowd behind us is for them to step it up a gear. They certainly do seem to be motoring just not in neutral, but coasting at the moment.
We certainly need to do just to step it up a gear. And make as few mistakes as we can, especially early on in the tackle count.
Graham Hallis talking about the handling errors, and there have been quite a few of them. And 4, and Halifax making 3. And referee John Connolly marching Halifax back 10 metres for chatting back after the decision for a high tackle.
Well, it was a high tackle from Hagan, and then it came in with Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse wasn't happy with it. Hagan said a few words, so did Fieldhouse. Little doubt, he went over the top of the ball, giving a bit of a facial into the neck. Referee, excellent position to see it. Don't see any point in arguing about it.
Because it turns what was a dubious kickable penalty into an eminently kickable penalty now. Bang in front and 20 metres out. Adrian Hadley went close from 38 metres, surely from 18 metres further forward. And that's the angle he's got. Widnes could be off the mark here. They need to get off the mark too in this match. They've gone 3 games without a victory. They drew 12-all at home to Doncaster 2 weeks ago. Lost at Castleford and Oldham before that. But they have 2 points here. They've cut the deficit in half. Halifax 4, Widnes 2. Adrian Hadley, goal number 19 of the season.
Certainly lift the Widnes spirits, but I know one thing, the Halifax coach Steve Sims will have the message out very quickly to get his side really into the swing of things. Too many errors and loss of control. Talking back to the referee, allowing Widnes to get into it, because I tell you what, a lot of these players look as though they just expect to win, but they'll have to earn it.
Widnes then, as we say, high on spirit. Commendable it is too. And here's a Mosi Kaloto, one of the survivors of the great Widnes side of the 80s. Smith the dummy half, and he's taking it on his own. He gets the ball away to Hadley, who tries to take Bentley on the outside. Two good wingers, a good contest that will be tonight, Hadley and Bentley. Ruane chips one over the top. Preston's there, pitter-patter, and he collects it on his own try line. Good chase that by Singleton.
Excellent tackle there from the halfback. But good play previous to that from the hooker, David Smith. He really did work it there, and he held the pass up for one of the forwards to come on. And another run from dummy half. That's the type of thing that we've got to look at. Oh, the crowd don't like it.
Yes, appealing for the high tackle by the prop forward Lee Hansen. John Connolly this time unimpressed, no whistle. Ducked into it, to be fair to the ref.
Well, you could see the arm below the neck, the shoulder going in. Certainly didn't appear to be any intent.
Parker with the kick downfield. It bounces off the knee of Peter Smith. Lucky for him that he just managed to keep the ball in play, but he's then met by Richard Smith and John Fieldhouse, who clattered him to the ground. Widnes, of course, missing some star names, not least of them John Devereux. John Devereux will be featured on Boots and All next Friday night on Sky Sports 2, exactly the same channel as you are with us tonight. At the same time, 7 o'clock, Boots and All next Friday, and there'll be a long interview with John Devereux. He's talking, Steve-O, that he fancies a summer stint in Australia. I was going to say Manly, but in Australia.
I think you might have the right club too. They're pretty keen to sign him. But it depends on whether they can get Alan Hunt fixed up.
Boots and All next Friday, 7 o'clock, an interview with Welsh international John Devereux. Hasn't played yet for Widnes this season. Richard Smith with that run. Talking of Devereux, by the way, in the new year, we will have for you England against Wales, an international rugby league occasion live on Sky. It'll be played somewhere in Wales, presumably Swansea or Cardiff, and the match will be beamed out live on Sky Sports on the evening of the game. That's midweek on the 1st of February, a Wednesday night live. So mark that down in the New Year diaries.
Good refereeing there from Robert Connolly. The ball hit Stuart Spruce. Spruce didn't make an attempt to try to get it, and that was play on.
Widnes in possession then, just inside the Halifax half of the field. This is Ruane, and enveloped there by Carl Harrison, who knows could be in that England side. Carl Harrison. And talking of England, not only do we have England-Wales, we also have England-France for you a fortnight later on the 15th of February. So 2 internationals on Sky Sports, one live, England-Wales, one delayed later on the same night. February the 15th, England-France, February the 1st, England-Wales. Enough of the future, what about the present?
Beautiful charge down there from Gary Duvorti. Really put his body on the line there, then dived on the ball, made sure that they had possession. Look at this, that's super stuff. Now for those that don't know the rules, if you charge it down whilst on the kick, it's not a knock on, it's play on.
And that's why Halifax are in possession now. Can they turn this possession into another try? Baldwin driving it in, Smith there, Darren Wright there too. Southernwood's the dummy half. Here's Parker, changes his direction brilliantly and gets away from Wright, chips one over the top, and Hadley, not for the first time tonight, reading the situation very well indeed.
Excellent play again from the winger Hadley. Nice little chip over though from Wayne Parker. Both defences are coming up pretty quick, especially out wide, and that has a tendency to make the game playing to one-man football, as we just seen there. And the only way to break that down is to use the little chip just over the first line of defence.
Coloto, he went to play that, collapsed in a heap, but held on to it. Here's McCurry. That's a good run from McCurry over the top, though it went forward. Didn't matter anyway, it went out.
Well, it was a shame, really. He threw the dummy on the blind side and just trying to get it over the top for the youngster Peter Smith. But he'd read it well. He could see that Halifax were a little bit slow getting that line of defence on the blind side. broke from the scrum a little bit too fast for the referee, Robert Connolly. Wayne Parker couldn't believe it. Second rower, Andy Collier. He may be fast, but I don't think he's that fast to break away from the scrum.
Parker with the penalty. Halifax will come again from the 20-metre mark. Moriarty, we know all about him at Widnes. So far looking after him tonight. Can they now look after Hagan? It was a big collision. Caloto really clattered little Michael Hagan. Parker and Harrison.
This is where Halifax normally use the switch, the long ball. Hagan and Parker combining.
There's Parker, and there's Fieldhouse, who slips. John Fieldhouse for the third match in a row playing against a former club, Oldham and St Helens previously. Parker, and that's going to be play on because Parker's got it back, and it's 6 tackles to go.
Well, they just didn't know what was happening there, did they? They put the body on the line, went behind him. Gee, that was high from Spruce.
Hagan's head went back, and John Connolly has given the penalty.
Well, he didn't miss him. Grabbed at him, and there wasn't much swinging of the arm. But the way that he carried on, you can see the elbow trying to get in there. Just lost his marbles a bit, did the young fullback Stuart Spruce. Well, it's not a game of chess. They think, of course. You don't have to be that brutal, especially when you're right in front of the referee. On this occasion, Robert Connolly. He didn't like it. Penalty given.
And this time, John Schuster steps up to take the kick. Notice his right thigh is heavily strapped. And Graham Hallis confirming from the sideline a little earlier that he has had hamstring problems this week. But this one, for a goal kicker of Schuster's quality, well, that's meat and drink. And he'll probably miss it now. Now he read the script. Schuster, extra 2 to Halifax, 6-2.
This is why the penalty was given. Yeah, not too much swinging on it, but this is probably the reason why the penalty was given. He had another go at him. There you see the elbow on him. I'm sure the Australian Michael Hagan could do without the facial.
So Stuart Spruce penalised, former Widnes Tiger. A bit too tigerish in that incident, wasn't he? And that bounced off the chest of Bailey. Preston is allowed to pick it up and run it out. And good running from Preston. And he gets it away to Hagan. They're streaming forward. Bentley's there. And can Bentley take them on out wide? Put the brakes on, finds Schuster. Schuster inside to Hagan. And Hagan pops it up to David Ruane.
Talk about Johnny on the spot. David Ruane there saved the day. But what a beautiful combined play from Halifax. Super run from Preston. Hagan did the right thing. But on that occasion, the second time he was involved in the game, in that play, should I say, Hagan a little bit panicky, got the ball away, and Ruane saved the matter.
Great run and chase from Moriarty. He got his boot to the ball at the play of the ball, chased it back and brought Hansen down. It's 6 to go for Widnes. Singleton trying to engineer something for the Chemics here, but good defence from Gary Devorty and Southernwood.
Well, that really was a shame, wasn't it? That was super play from Halifax. It fully deserved 4 points. But full credit to the Widnes scrambling defence. They really came back, didn't they? They did not throw the towel in.
And they're on halfway now with Ruane, the man who stopped a possible 4 points. Now with Caloto. Great run from Caloto, and Hagan stuck to his guns well. Ruane is there. And there goes a high kick to test Bailey. Ruane's after it. Ruane gets to it, but he couldn't wheel the ball in. And Bailey gets away with that.
Very fortunate indeed, and Widnes spoil it all. Good kick and chase game by being offside, over eager. But you saw on that occasion that Mark Bailey was all at sea. He was virtually slipping. Never made any attempt to try to go up and reach the football. Well, Well, Lady Luck not going against the Widnes side yet.
Fieldhouse picks himself up, plays the ball to Southernwood. He finds Parker. Moriarty overran it. They are just at the moment on a dodgy wavelength, Halifax.
Well, they're trying to force a pass, really. They're trying to be a little bit too clever for themselves. And when you're leading 6-2, really, you should just grind it out a little bit. You don't want to be doing anything fancy deep within your own half.
Andy Collier, tackled there by Simon Baldwin. Teammates last season with Lee. On opposite side of the fence here tonight. Darren Wright goes into dummy half for Widnes. He finds David Smith. And the ball pops out in the tackle, but backwards, Ruane is able to carry it on. Smith, the dummy half. A drop goal attempt from the hooker. Come prop forward. And that really, Steve, was a prop forward's effort, I'm afraid.
Well, he had all the time in the world. He wouldn't be happy with it either, I'm sure, with his coach, Tony Myler. The opportunity there should have been for the bomb. We saw on the occasion before that the fullback Mark Bailey was all at sea. You've got to keep thinking in this game, and I'm afraid they lost their marbles there.
Half an hour gone at Thrumhall, 6-2. Nothing much to choose between the two sides at the moment. And Halifax are quite concerned about John Schuster, but apparently at the moment he's telling the bench he wants to stay on. Here is Bentley, and Bentley taking them on out wide again. Bentley going in, out, trying to shake it about with Spruce, and he beats it. And he gets in for a very, very fine try. And John Bentley's picked up a knock there. He's limping round back of the post, but he's registered his 12th of the season. The Wingers in fine form.
They don't come any better than this. This was superb play from Bentley. In and out, look at the step there. Hand off, shift to the ball to the right arm so he could fend with the left. But watch this, see how he goes in, then out, in and out again. Spruce doesn't know whether to commit himself, and when he does, Bentley knows he has the strength and the speed to score a great try. I think at that moment was when Bentley just tweaked the hamstring. There's none better than this man, John Bentley, to find himself space out wide. Look at that. Fends away, but in and out again, in and out. Poor Spruce didn't know what to do, and when he made the commitment, it was too late. That is a sensational try.
Terrific try from John Bentley. Two Great Britain caps, signed a new 3-year deal this week in fine form this season. Try number 12 of this campaign. I told you it was misty. The fog just beginning to drift into Thrumhall. But a bit of a wind, so let's hope it keeps blowing its way past Thrumhall. The last thing we want is for this match to be called off. I think it's just a touch of low cloud rather than fog. Always good with the weather forecast on the big league. Schuster with the conversion attempt then. The club record points in the season, 298. He's well within Schuster's sights. Great kick. He really has settled down here at Thrumhall now, and he's winning over the supporters that were quite critical of him when he first arrived.
This is all about using your brains, and this winger Bentley does it. Look at that. Gives the impression he's going to come in towards Spruce, but look at how he goes on. In and out again. You see Spruce, he just hesitates enough, and that are the vital seconds that you need. When you're a class winger like Bentley, he'll make you pay.
Moriarty is going to drive this ball out again. Mike O'Neill has come on, number 15 there for Widnes. He has replaced David Smith. So Smith, the hooker, off and O'Neill on. That presumably means that McCurry will now go to hooker. And there'll be a bit of a change.
John Fieldhouse, he knew that the heavy traffic was coming. There was a few jumbo jets. He ducked just at the last minute. Getting warm out there.
Hagan. Untidy, but Halifax retain the possession. Parker drills one to the corner. That's a great kick. It just touched the line and it went out, that means. Had that stayed in, though, the chasers were coming up quickly on Hadley.
Well, when you've got a scoreline at 12-2, pretty comfortable lead at the moment. And you know that the side is a little bit pushing the ball a little bit too much. Calm things down. The experience of Wayne Parker showing there. Let's get out of here. Kicks it deep into the corner. Hope that Widnes perhaps will make the mistake. That's the key to this modern game now.
Darren Wright, that's a great run from Darren Wright. Just slid at the vital moment when he was tackled by Bailey, who chimed into the line for Halifax. Ruane gives it to Singleton. Gets the ball away, keeps it alive well. Hansen only knows one direction, Hansen, that's straight up the other end.
The problem is, you see that Anthony Singleton there was spinning round looking for this support play. Miles offside, Halifax, plenty to guard as well. Fieldhouse gets the finger from the referee, Robert Connolly. Now you see that they never made it. Now they did Southernwood. Going to come back to 10. And getting back to that point, there you saw Singleton turning in the tackle, but there's got to be someone running onto it. The Widnes attack was stood still.
Here's Hadley now, been quite impressive as a defender. What's he like as an attacker? McCurry at dummy half. Good run from Craig Makin. Excellent prospect, the 21-year-old, rated one of the best young forwards in the country. So is this fellow McCurry, who's over! And McCurry's leveled the scores for Widnes. Terrific run and dart from Steve McCurry. Loose forward at the start, but playing now in his accustomed role as hooker and making Halifax pay.
Wonderful play there from the loose forward, McCurry. He could see that Halifax was slow, getting themselves organised. He took full advantage of it. And believe you me, Widnes were desperate for this one. Beautiful play there. You could see the second marker was slow getting into position. He knew that he had the strength and the force. Look at that, they're not working. Only one man was facing, that was Fieldhouse. You've got to have two there. When Fieldhouse went on the open side, that fellow went on the blind and was rewarded with 4.
I think I said as McCurry went over for that try that he levels the scores. Of course he hasn't. It's 12-6 as we speak. Adrian Hadley then with this conversion attempt, and it is very vital indeed, this one. He pulled it wide. Well, I said that they all kick goals in South Wales, perhaps not. 12-6.
Quick play the ball, no second marker. Fieldhouse goes open, McCurry goes blind. Result, great try. Well spotted and well scored.
So McCurry's try, it should really have been 6, but it's 4. And it's 12 points to 6 now for Halifax, who restart as that low cloud swirls in a bit lower at Drumhall. But still no problems with visibility as yet. Mike O'Neill driving the ball out. That's the situation from our camera up in the skies. He has actually disappeared from view. But down here at ground level, visibility as yet not a problem. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Good run from the winger Peter Smith. McCurry.
Good defence though from Halifax. You can see how they're moving up quickly out wide, forcing Widnes down the middle.
Nowhere for Collier to go then. Wonder if there's anywhere here for Coloto to go. He's in the Halifax half of the field. Here's Singleton. Oh, that went straight up in the air, and what's more, went straight out.
Not the best kick there from the halfback. Coloto went down actually. You can see he was putting under a lot of pressure. Good work by Richard Smith, the centre. Just to the right of your screen there, Coloto was down, and I'm afraid he's in a lot of trouble. He's had so many problems over the years. You can see the impact of the left knee. Give the ground a real old wallop.
Richard Smith is collared by Collier. Plays it to Southernwood. And that's Baldwin who loses it. Baldwin claiming it was stolen. Referee and touch judge agree.
Little doubt, it was McCurry's hand. Dragging the ball away. Good touch judge in. They do keep their eyes open. Well, most of the time. It's important now, Eddie, that Halifax just keep control of this ball, go into the half-time break with that 6-point lead. We've got the men to calm things down, Hagan and Parker. Plenty of experience there.
Fieldhouse taking on McCurry, dropping the ball, keeping possession. Referee says it was a knock-on. Well, that appeared to me to go backwards.
Well, it did go backwards as far as I'm concerned. Unless, of course, he gives Widnes the head and feed. Which he has.
Spruce.
Well, it could only have been a Widnes hand that knocked on, surely.
Here's Ruane. Into stoppage time now at Drumhall. Spruce on the attack for Widnes. Taking Widnes to the halfway line. That's a good run from the fullback. He has been in consistent form this season. McCurry, the dummy half, spins it out into the arms of Singleton. Sees no one at home. Kicks to the corner. And what's more, Smith's after it. But the pace of the kick forward just beats Smith and Singleton. There's the half-time siren. A good competitive first half here at Drumhall. Bentley with the second Halifax try. Great try from the winger. McCurry, though, doing so well, getting over from the dummy half position after he'd been moved from loose forward to his more accustomed hooking role. Sets up a nice second half, providing this fog keeps away. Drumhall on Sky Sports 2, staging another close encounter of the big league kind. 12-6, Halifax.
You're watching Sky Sports 2.
This week's Saturday night premiere. If Basic Instinct made you hot,
Do you sleep in the nude?
Only when I'm naked.
and Silence of the Lambs made you scream, then you'll quiver all over when you see National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, starring Emilio Estevez.
Oh, just kidding. Wilderness Girls. It's bigger than Watergate. It's bigger than Ultra.
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 premieres Saturday at 9:30 on the Movie Channel. 0506 484 777. Call now to see 40 top premieres on Sky's 3 movie channels in November, including Loaded Weapon 1. That's 0506 484 777, and we'll switch you on.
Oh, how sweet. Okay, so it's not a Game Boy, but I guess her heart's in the right place. By the window, second shelf down on the right.
Pantene Hair Health Update.
Would you believe that friction caused by brushing and combing can actually damage unconditioned hair?
Pantene knows this. The provitamin B5 not only nourishes the roots, it penetrates the whole of your hair. Pantene strengthens and protects against combing damage, leaving it so healthy looking it shines.
It's good to know my hair's protected with this, because I'm not going to stop doing this. Would you?
Pantene, daily treatment for healthy looking hair.
Aerosmith, Big Ones.
We're living on the
Aerosmith, Big Ones. Their greatest hits, plus 2 new tracks out now.
Hello? Oh, it's for you, Mr. Harkin.
Hello?
You've been thinking about me, haven't you?
Yes. Sorry, it's my mother.
Oh. Picture me, condensation running down my sleek sides. Imagine tweaking my ring pull.
Oh, you little minx.
Yes! You want my appleness bubbling on your tongue. Say it to me.
Apples.
Louder.
Apples.
Louder.
Big juicy apples. Dagnamit.
If apple seduction is taking over your life, call.
At Curry's Now, you'll find interest-free credit on top-name TVs, on great hi-fi systems, on videos, on satellite, and the very latest in cinema-at-home TVs, plus all the help and advice you could possibly want.
Trust Curry's to make it an extra special Christmas.
The attractive indigo night light by Timex.
Seize the day.
A misty night in old Halifax town, but it's Halifax 12, Widnes 6. That's the half-time score. Halifax looking a touch out of sorts, and Widnes, well, battling well for the situation that they have at half-time. And let's hope that that fog just stays away for another, what, 40, 45 minutes or so, and gives us the match to completion. I'm sure it will. 12 points to 6. Halifax ahead. The two in the studio, of course, Hampo and Steve-O, they both predicted a Halifax victory, but not quite as close as this, Steve.
No, definitely not. Widnes have defended very well, but I think there's a lot of basic errors out there. I don't know how bad the weather is. It doesn't look too bad, but some of the handling errors on both sides are not too good.
Is it purely and simply because they've had this fortnight layoff? Do you think they're a little bit slow to get going again?
No, I don't think so. It shouldn't deter you in any way, really. I mean, you should be there. You should be preparing yourself for the 2 weeks when you do play. So no, I don't think there's no excuse really.
No excuse for them. Steve-O, 12-6 Halifax. Worth the half-time lead or Widnes? I mean, I think they've played quite well that first half.
They have. Widnes, they're a bit unfortunate, and full credit to them. You know, McCarry came back with that beautiful try when it looked as though Halifax was going to start taking control. But to be quite truthful, I think the fact that Halifax are in a stop-start situation, far too many basic errors, and the fact is if they didn't have the skills of Schuster and Bentley, then I'm afraid they wouldn't have scored the 2 tries. It was 2 individual efforts, and I'm afraid that they will be having the rounds of the kitchen being said to them by their coach, Steve Sims, and rightly so, because they've gone to sleep on every occasion that they've scored a try.
We've said, though, during the game, haven't we, that Widnes are running high on spirit and commitment. They're a local team, and they want to do well for each other.
Well, not only that, they haven't thrown the towel in. And as you say, you've got to have pride, you've got to have commitment, but you've also got to have a fair amount of skill. And it was an amazing situation when you think that Smith was taken off. As soon as McCarry goes into the hooking role, which is his natural position, he scores a try. It's all about coaching as well.
It is too. And Halifax got off to a great start, didn't they, with this try from Schuster, the entertainer. He was given the certificate before the match.
Well, yeah, it was a beautiful step, but to be fair to this Halifax side and the Widnes side, they were very slow moving up. And I think with that particular moment where David Smith was very slow to come up into the line, that wouldn't have helped his cause. I don't know whether he was replaced because of the injury, but I tell you what, when you miss a tackle like that, it's not the best thing to do. But this was absolute superb play. There's none better on the wing than John Bentley. Look at that. You see how he did the shimmy? Holds the ball in the right hand so he can fend with the left. But it's the in and out. Look at that. He is making Stuart Spruce. He's just making hesitate that fraction. And that's all it takes in this game of rugby league. It's all about those fractions. And there's none better to make you pay than that man, John Bentley. That really was.
McCurry gets put into the hooking role and this happens.
Well, it was a case of Halifax being very slow. They've gone to sleep straight away. You didn't have the second mark, and you can't afford to do that. When you're close to the line, you can't have one man on the ground and only have one marker. As soon as Fieldhouse went to the open side, McCarry says, thanks for the opening, scores the try.
I wonder, Steve Hampson, have any of the Halifax players come into this match carrying an injury? Because Schuster looks like he's got a hamstring, and Bentley too was feeling something as he went round the
yeah, that's right.
try.
They was actually going to bring John Bentley off before he scored that try. He was whinging about a bit of a knock or something. I don't know. I think he's just done it today. But I think Johnny Schuster pulled a slight hamstring in training, but he came today and said that everything was okay. He's determined to carry on. As you can tell, we've got him kicking now, because obviously without him we've no kickers.
12-6 Halifax ahead. Time, I think, for us to give you the result of the crossword competition. Don't forget, we want you to fill in the missing answer in the Big League crossword every week on this programme. The prize is an official rugby league match ball, and it was Sheffield against Wigan when we asked you the Kiwi, formerly with Sheffield and then Wigan, and the answer, of course, is Steve Hampson's old mate Sam Panapa. The prize is the rugby league official match ball. Give it to Steve. No, he's got a broken arm, so we won't give it to Steve. But what we will give to Steve is all the entries. And I tell you something, this is becoming quite a popular little part of the Big League on a Friday. Mr. Hampson, eyes closed, dig deep. Name of the winner and town, please.
I'm Mr. T. Lomax from Warwick Street, St Helens.
Oh, well, you can go and have a drink in St Helens now. A Wiganer who now plays for Halifax has picked out Mr. Lomax of St Helens. Mr. Lomax, you win the Rugby League match ball. Congratulations to you. OK, that's it. Don't forget, look out for this week's clue in the crossword during the course of this evening's match here from Thrumhall. 12-6 at half-time. Second half to come. It's close, it's tough, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that this fog stays away from Thrumhall. I'm sure it will, if God is in his heaven. 12-6 Halifax.
You're watching Sky Sports 2.
Micro groove for a closer shave. The new Philly shave for the man inside.
Whatever you're called, you'll feel better with Beecham's.
Do you have a camcorder that sees things differently? We do, and ours is very, very eye-catching. A very eye-catching infocam from JVC.
A panel video for all the family.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, oh no, it's not.
Pussy in Boots, 18-rated video.
What's the verdict, then?
The hip's coming along nicely. I'm not sure if all that standing about in rivers is going to be such a good idea, huh?
You sound like my daughter.
Ever thought about taking up golf?
Why not? Why not?
Here you are, Dad.
Good morning. I see you give lessons. Good. Excellent. I am rather old.
Right. Let's see what sort of swing you've got.
Something like this. Only joking. I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Your Christmas issue of Sky TV Guide magazine has all the Sky satellite program listings, subscriber information, and the exclusive stories. There's the inside story on Scarlet, the sequel to one of Hollywood's greatest love affairs, screening on Sky One. There's an action-packed December with Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, and Stallone. And there's the latest offer from the Sky Travel Service. Sky TV Guide, the essential monthly viewing guide delivered to all Sky satellite subscribers. Check out your Christmas issue in your letterbox soon.
Seize the day.
Halifax 12 points and Widnes 6 at half-time. The tries from Schuster and Bentley. Schuster's kicked a couple of goals. McCurry has scored the try for Widnes, and Adrian Hadley has kicked one goal. My word, he should have had perhaps a couple more. The statistics from that first half: Halifax are working harder than Widnes in the tackling. 7 scrums, 4 of them to Widnes. 13 penalties, it's 7-6. Handling errors 9, and Halifax have made 6 of them. And possession, well, it was Widnes' half, even though they are behind on the scoreboard. John Bentley, who will be looking for more tries in this second half. A try in his last 3 against Widnes, home and away, so that's tries now in the last 4 against Widnes, including tonight. Enjoys playing the Chemics. And Steve McCurry, certainly his move to hooker worked wonders for coach Tony Myler. Produced the try direct from the play the ball, dived over, grounded the ball on the line, and an animated discussion with the veteran of the Widnes pack, Mike O'Neill. So this Stonesborough Championship match has some to run, I'll tell you. We have the second half coming up live from Thrum Hall here on Sky Sports 2. It's 12-6 Halifax, Widnes kick off, and Widnes playing down the slope here at Thrum Hall in this second half. And I've no doubt that John Bentley and company will have the words of their coach, Steve Sims, ringing in their ears. But what was said in the Widnes dressing room at half-time? Perhaps David Hume can tell us. He's with Bill.
Dave, at 12-6, Widnes must really fancy their chances in this second half.
Yeah, I think the club will be quite pleased with the performance in the first half. With just a few lapses of concentration, we let them in for 2 silly tries. But other than that, I thought we've been on top most of the game. I think on a few occasions we probably took the wrong options. When I think we should have thrown the ball a bit wider. But I think it's important that we get a good start, and I think if we do get a good start, I think we'll go on and maybe win the game.
And use this slope to your advantage. That's vital here, isn't it?
It is. It's such a strange pitch and what have you like. But obviously, I think the kicking game's vital. They've got a good kicker in Parker and what have you, so we've got to match him and get that ball back in their 25.
I think this could be the deciding thing in this game, the kicking, because John Schuster is obviously struggling. Adrian Hadley is struggling, and nobody's kicking their goals.
No, but I think at the end of the day, I think a try is going to win the game, and I think obviously whoever scores the first try in this half now, I think will go on to win the game.
We shall see. Halifax 12, Widnes 6. Opening 2 minutes of this second half, Caloto is still on, despite the fact that he had some treatment on a leg injury in the first 40. I wonder what Steve Sims has said to Halifax, though, Steve-O. I rather fancy he has echoed exactly what you were saying. Raise your game.
But not only that, the most significant thing that he would have said to them is respect possession. They didn't do that in the first half. Play out the full 6. Remember, they are in the driving seat, 6 points in front. So therefore they cannot afford to play panic football. They don't have to. That's well left by Mark Bailey.
It was, but only just, wasn't it? I mean, the kick was scooting off down the hill. And look. Oh. Close run thing.
He had it under control, though. There didn't seem to be much panic in the brain of the fullback, Mark Bailey, but that's good play. He's a talent, isn't he, this youngster, Richard Smith?
Sure is, and here's another talent, Mark Preston, though he's had a very quiet opening 40 minutes, mainly due to tackling like that. Singleton really has worked hard for Widnes tonight. The great season with Barrow last season, did Singleton, the Australian. Kick downfield from Hagan, finds touch, but I'd rather fancy he was looking more for Bentley, hurtling down that right wing.
Well, it was obviously a planned move because they kicked early in the tackle count. It wasn't the last. But if he thought that Bentley was going to chase that, geez, I'd back him in the Greyhound Derby if that was the case.
Weather forecast, by the way, from Thrum Hall. The fog has lifted.
Gee, you're a talent, Eddie.
Halifax, though, all offside. The pressure relieved on Widnes.
Well, there was very little doubt, was there? Referee Robert Connolly could have virtually picked half the team there. A little bit overexcited. As we mentioned earlier, it's important that Widnes do get off to a good start. In the second stanza, they'll be fired up for it. They certainly have the skills, especially the fullback Stuart Spruce, and the way that Anthony Singleton's been playing, the halfback. Now in with a big show.
And here is Singleton. Misses out Ruane and finds Mike O'Neill. Coloto to Singleton again. Good tackling back by Fieldhouse. Devorty there helping out also. Ruane, Singleton. Always a bit of danger for Halifax whenever Singleton gets the ball. Little scrum half. There's Coloto. McCurry. He switches the direction. Tries to get away from Harrison. Stands in the tackle. He's looking for support. And you could have thrown a blanket over the Widnes team then.
Well, that was a problem in the first half as well. The half break was being made, twisting the tackle. That's a beautiful pass.
Hammond finds Hadley, and Hadley's on his way to the corner, and Hadley scores. That's a brilliant try from Adrian Hadley, created by a beautiful pass from number 3 there, Carl Hammond. He takes as much of the congratulation as Hadley, and Widnes off to a flyer second half.
Wonderful skills from the youngster, the centre Carl Hammond. Look at this, he throws a little dummy. And Hadley, he set sail. The cover defence couldn't get to him. The sweeper was nowhere to be seen. But what's the skill of this youngster? Throws the dummy, he knows he's going to come late. Sucked in Moriarty, the in and out run. And Hadley knew that he had the pace. That is a super try. Notice how the defence is slow to come. Moriarty checks, and then once he commits himself, wonderful play by the young centre Hammond. And look at the guy trail through. Parker, the sweeper, was nowhere to be seen. They were caught napping.
Adrian Hadley with a great try, his 4th of the season. The man who joined Widnes from Salford in 1992, having left behind South Wales in 1988. And Hadley, having got over for the try, now hands the kicking responsibilities to the scrum half, Anthony Singleton. Just about half a metre in from touch on this near side. Difficult kick. Tried to drift it in on the wing, but pushed it wide. 12-10. And David Hume said first side to score a try would win it.
Look how Hammond sucks in Moriarty. The gap is there. Oh, that's pretty to watch, isn't it? And look at him tap on the gas. Parker was a little bit slow moving across. Whoa! Widnes well and truly back in the hunt.
Very much so. The gap now just 2 points, and Parker will restart here for Halifax. And Ruane gives the ball to Mike O'Neill. Interesting fact about Mike O'Neill, he was at Wembley with Widnes in 1979. He was back there this year with Leeds, but he's copped up the football here to Moriarty. Mike O'Neill, 15 years between Wembleys, but a big blunder by Widnes. Craig Makin couldn't hang on to it. And so Halifax in the driving seat with Devorty. Test now of this Widnes defence after we've seen Hadley scoot over for the try. Oh, ball's popped up. O'Neill came for it. So too did Collier, but Baldwin retained the possession, and this is now Parker. Parker is grounded by Ruane. And that's got to be a penalty to Halifax. They were messing around with Parker as he tried to play the ball.
Well, interference there from the prop forward, Craig Makin. He made the initial mistake that allowed Halifax the vital possession. Never stood square and was always pulling the man around him. Once the tackle has been completed, you cannot interfere with the man trying to play the football. He's lost his marbles a little bit there, the prop forward making. And this surely must be a gift, 2 points for this man.
Yes, even with a slight hamstring strain, Schuster, with 2 from 2 tonight, should kick this. Bang in front, 11 metres out.
You'd kick this.
I doubt it. But will Schuster? Yes, he will. It could all come down to the kicking at the end of the night. 14-10 Halifax.
Well, maybe the prop forward Craig Making quite happy with the fact that he only gave away 2 points from the 2 mistakes.
Mark Bailey coming off, just limping slightly. The fullback Paul Rowley going on for Halifax, former Leigh player. Made quite an impression, didn't he, Paul Rowley, when he came on in the match at St Helens a fortnight ago. First touch and he was over for a try. What can he do here? It means a bit of a reshape for Halifax coach Steve Sims. Just looking to see who's dropping back to the fullback role. Gary DeVorty has dropped back to the last line of defence. There he is, DeVorty, now playing at fullback. Because this man has come on. Rowley, who drops it. Referee will say play on. Oh, well, I can't believe that. Robert Connolly was 5 metres from the incident, and he looked over the other side to the touch judge, and then he gave the decision.
Some referees don't like to be lonely. He has to look to the touch judges. That's the new ruling. He can't see what's happening in there. Look, there you see. What was it? Said he took it out. Simple. Penalty.
Harrison driving the ball in. Rowley from dummy half. 10 minutes, second half gone. Halifax 14, Widnes 10. Halifax in possession with their Great Britain international Carl Harrison. Parker hoists a high one. Holds though. Who's going to have it? Halifax are in the shape of Parker, and it's got to be 6 to go. So this is going to be big pressure here. Oh, the referee has said, this is the last tackle. Well, this is the last tackle, says referee Connolly. Well caught. And Spruce wants to get on with it quickly. Well, we'll hear from the Oracle about referees now.
I don't have to, you've taken over. I thought they were your friends. Carry on, Eddie.
Carl Hammond for Widnes.
Well, it's pretty hard to decide on there. Robert Connolly wasn't moved. Either way, Widnes get away with it. Not only that, they are pressing this Halifax side, who are beginning to look a little bit shaky.
Prop forward naked, driving it in. That's the last tackle for Widnes, says Robert Connolly. Singleton, up in the air, diagonal. Ball bounces back, and DeVorty has it, and it's play on. DeVorty looking to get away with that.
It was a good jump from Adrian Hadley. Unfortunately, he just came behind him, he didn't know where he was, and it just popped up for DeVorty. You can see Hadley was there first. Can't expect much more from a loose forward, Gary DeVorty, who's dropped back into the full-back position. Not accustomed to taking the big bomb like that. That will have lifted the spirits of Widnes now. Crowd don't like the late one.
Neither did Harrison. He looked ruefully at Robert Connolly after Lee Hansen dropped on him. And this time, Halifax get the penalty for holding down in the tackle. It's Andy Collier penalised.
Well, he's all over the top. You can see there, not making any attempt. Very slow to release the man. The rule states quite clearly, once you've tackled, you must roll away. And hang on to him. That's what the rule says anyway.
Parker. And here's Fieldhouse again. Oh, Coloto launched himself then. Thankfully for Fieldhouse, he missed Parker.
Geez, that was countdown town, but Cape Canaveral didn't get liftoff. Whoa!
Hagen hanging on to it. Well brought down by Collier. Devorty, no full back at the moment for Halifax. Rowley, Bentley, wrestle to the ground. Last tackle for Halifax. It's with Parker. Dabs one forward. Smith with the soccer skills. Touch judge is on though. Parker was taken out as the ball was kicked forward, and the touch judge will tell Robert Connolly it's a penalty to Halifax.
No doubt about that. You can see the man's shoulder coming through. Parker quite clearly. Big prop forward Hansen. Look at that. Committed himself there. A little bit too late. All read by the touch judge.
Parker receiving treatment while the discussion goes on in the centre of the field between referee and touch judge. You don't think that the Widnes player was committed?
Obviously not. Neither did the referee Robert Connolly and the touch judge. I thought it was a fraction late. But to be fair, the man did turn. He wasn't swinging the arm or anything. I don't think there was any danger of being given any colour card on that one. Just a shoulder charge to knock down the halfback Wayne Parker. But this is just eating away, isn't it? Getting the penalties in front, quite close for Schuster. There's a kick. Now he's put it there. I think perhaps he could have held back. But he continued on. And when you've got a big frame like that, it's easy to knock over the slim figure of Wayne Parker. He apologises to his teammates.
Little test here then of the hamstring injury for Schuster. Just over 20 metres from the posts. So a chance here for Halifax to stretch the lead to 6. Schuster's in no hurry, is he? And even with a touch of hamstring problems, there's no problem for a kicker of that quality. 16-10, Halifax ahead. And Halifax on course now to repeat their victory of last December by 20 points to 12 when John Bentley scored 2 tries. They have come off second best though to Widnes down the years, but have 6 wins to 5 here at Thrum Hall. And it's not the happiest of Widnes hunting grounds, this.
Good defence there from Widnes, though. They mean business. They're going to get back into it. Now I've got to see whether Halifax, are they going to go to sleep? Sure, the message would have been out from their coach, Steve Sims. So come on, tighten it up.
Halifax in possession. Widnes have not won here since 1988 when they were crowned as First Division champions under Doug Lawton. Harrison with this drive out from defence. But it's a try and a goal, the difference for Widnes. But Rowley is in fine form. A lovely run from dummy half. Tremendous run from the young hooker. 19 years old. What a prospect. Untidy. Hagen picks up the pieces. They had 6 to go there, Halifax. Referee Robert Connolly was wiping the tackle count down, but he kicked on it, and Peter Smith is able to run the ball out for Widnes.
Well, they just lost their way, didn't they? They should have been looking at the referee, but what a good run from the young winger, Peter Smith. Oh, bad mistake there. I'm afraid the youngster Carl Hammond just couldn't bring that in. Panic football, catch-up football indeed, trying to keep the ball alive. Not in the best position, though, within your own half.
Hagen was the man who swooped on the Widnes mistake. This is Richard Smith, and Hagen making up for the error of kicking when the referee was wiping the tackle count clear. Now Simon Baldwin. Rowley made some progress before from dummy half, won't now. Good tackling by Andy Collier. Rowley tried to milk the penalty, but Connolly saying that was a Swallows dive.
Oh, they closed down Hagan well there. Hagan looking for the short pass. The runners were there.
This is the last tackle. Parker dabs it straight into the arms of Coloto, who gets the ball away. Hammond just not able to get away from Mark Preston. Here's now Peter Smith. Trying to go through the gap of Southernwood and Rowley. Two leading contenders for that number 9 jersey here at Thrum Hall. Harrison bringing Spruce down. McCurry, Singleton. Collier, no way through for him. But Widnes dragging themselves up to the halfway mark. McCurry. That's the last tackle for Widnes. Darren Wright gives it to Singleton. He'll drill one towards the corner, but straight into the arms of Mark Preston. Good chase by the little Australian scrum half. 16-10 Halifax. Widnes now having to defend in the Halifax half. Coming up on Sunday the 11th of December at 7:30 we have Leeds against Wigan. That's a blockbuster of a match due at Headingley that afternoon. You'll be able to see every minute of it here on Sky Sports. And on Boxing Day, Saints against Wigan, live and exclusive. The game kicks off at 11:30. It'll be a full house at Knowsley Road and a full house too at Central Park on New Year's evening. 7 o'clock, we're live at Central Park for Wigan against Warrington. That match kicks off at 7:30. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Peter Smith, good run, up to halfway, good tackling. Macon driving the ball in.
Good work from the Widnes forwards. They know they're still in the hunt with this game. They're playing with a lot of confidence as well.
Hammond. Good tackling by Richard Smith and Mark Preston. Well, Widnes well behind in the possession count, but only a try and a goal behind on the scoreboard. And Singleton ducks through the challenge brilliantly. Dabs the ball forward. Deforty is there, and Deforty sweeps up the danger. Keeps the ball in play, though, but only just.
Wonderful play from Singleton. Ducked under two would-be high tackles. And Halifax, they're in a lot of trouble. Widnes with their tails up.
And he's got Hammond there for flopping on Schuster after the tackle was complete.
Well, not just flopping on. He lost his marbles a bit there, Carl Hammond. Singleton ducked under this. They went too high. Nice little kick through. But I think you'll find that the centre is being penalised for just swinging the arm, not the flop as much. Just a little left arm went in there. But what a great tackle there from Anthony Singleton. He's had a cracking game tonight.
Now, what's happened in the final quarter of matches involving Halifax and Widnes? Well, Halifax have scored about a third of their tries, and Widnes have conceded about a third of theirs this season. Finishing power of both sides. You would back Halifax at this moment. Ahead on the scoreboard and ahead in that statistic too. Oh, and that's a trip from O'Neill.
Well, they thought he was, yeah, but did he have a hand on him? Pretty hard to decide. Yeah, it was a trip. He tried to get a hand there. I'm not so sure that that was deliberate. The touch judge on. You might have a little word with him. Wet conditions. He was just beaten there by the step of the youngster Paul Rowley.
And Mike O'Neill, who was sent off when we last saw Widnes at Oldham, is, in my book, a lucky boy.
Reaction. Yeah, the step. Beautiful stepper, isn't he, Paul Rowley? Oh, I don't know. I just think they caught ankle.
You're in a very generous mood this season, that's all I can say.
I just didn't think that he swung his leg at all. He just propped it out.
And lifted it and tripped the man up.
I don't know what you've been eating, Eddie. But I'd rather you not eat it again for next week.
Singleton. Oh, it's good play with Piloto. Hammond picks up, took it out of the arms of Ruane then. Ruane to McCurry. Thought about firing the long pass out, but saw that the Halifax defence had all moved up. It's the last tackle.
Well, it's been one of the key factors in this Halifax defence. They've moved out wide very quickly all throughout this game. There's a few Halifax players would do better getting on with the game rather than having a few words to say to the referee, Robert Connolly. They're beginning to try to referee for him. And I'll tell you the only result with that, you put yourself under a lot of pressure. Halifax should be rolling the sleeves up and getting back to the basics, getting back to their game plan.
Yeah, because this match is not over yet, not by a long chalk, just 6 points in it. Trying a goal for Widnes. Harrison leading again, as he said, by example in the interview before the match. Said they look to the number 8, prop forward to lead with the captain's part, and that looked a swinging arm from Macon on Moriarty. I think Moriarty thought so too. Again, he has a sideways glance at the referee.
Oh, not the best kick from Wayne Parker. Should have really turned Spruce around, but he didn't. He's gained valuable ground as Spruce. Oh, that's got to be a penalty, surely.
Interference at the play of the ball. They're all offside, says Robert Connolly.
Oh, he was still pulling the man around, wasn't he?
John Fieldhouse has been taken off, and Danny Burton, a 20-year-old, comes on for his debut for Halifax. There he was, just tapping the ball out. The extra ball that came onto the field of play. Steve Sims, Steve-O, is not a man who is afraid to pitch young kids in to the big league, and Burton's only 20.
Well, if they work hard, they get rewarded. A lot more coaches should do that, take the gamble. He's proven over the 2 seasons that he's been here in England that he's not frightened to give the young kids a chance. Great to see.
Hammond, ball into the arms of Peter Smith. He gets away from one, he gets through 2. Oh, that's a 4-point save by Parker, and that's very untidy. And what will the referee give? He's given knock on, first knock on, and I think that'll be head and feed to Halifax. But Widnes so close.
Oh, beautiful play from Peter Smith here. The youngster really has impressed me tonight. He knows the way to the trial and just lost his footing there. But Parker's tackle has saved the day. Well, he got caught early when Hadley had too much pace, but he wasn't going to get caught that time. Superb cover defence from the little halfback Wayne Parker.
There he is again now, dummy half Parker. Trying to dart through a gap.
Well, this is where Michael Hagan's experience should come into it. He's got to get the ball downfield, get the kicking game work. Good run, though, from Devorty. You've got to work hard when you're in this position.
Rowley gives it to Burton. Rowley in a dummy half. Here's Harrison. Just a little juggle. Rowley, the man backing up. Good work, though, by McCurry. Piloto had another little sniff at him, and he gets it back, does he? It's a knock-on.
Well, he went for it, didn't he? Piloto couldn't just drag it back. Why on earth he wanted to have an attempt on the last tackle is beyond me. There's a push in. It could have been a penalty given the other way to Halifax. Oh, there's a good one. Lee Hansen deciding he wasn't going to be let in. Nice opposite prop. One way of getting through, isn't it?
Hagan, surrounded by 3 Widnes defenders. It's just starting to get a little niggly, and it's going to be a penalty to Halifax because Ruane wouldn't leave Michael Hagan alone.
Silly penalty to give it away at this point in time. There you can see it. A bit of tit for tat there, but quite often the retaliator is the one that gets penalised. On a word now with his skipper, Steve McCurry. Calm things down. But getting back to that play of the ball, why on earth would Coloto attempt for it when it was on the last tackle? Accept the kick, and there you see it. Hagen, no doubt about it, he threw a flat hand. But how often do you find that the retaliator gets penalised? And that's a lot of relief for this Halifax side, who I can assure you were getting very rattled. They looked a tired outfit.
They did, and this could be a very important kick from John Schuster. Widnes have made a change, by the way, while we're waiting for Schuster. David Smith returns for Craig Makin. Prop for prop, even though Smith is wearing 9 tonight. He made his name really as a prop forward. 4 out of 4 from Schuster. This by far the most difficult. 40 metres out. Little hamstring strain for the Western Samoan, former All Black. Big test of him here. Vital kick too. Hits the post, it's still in play. O'Neill, well, so close then. Schuster to just about wrapping up this match. Ike O'Neill, the first man to react.
Well, to be fair to this Widnes outfit, they've played well tonight. It would be very nice to see them get at least 1 point. They played very hard. But I'm sure that Halifax realise that when they get in possession next time, they'll be going for the 1 point now.
They're just trying to work the ball out with their captain, McCurry, but he was grounded. Here comes Coloto, and to run straight through Burton. Last tackle. Widnes haven't made too much ground here. Ruane almost trapped. Got the ball away. Oh, and it just foxed Bentley with the bounce. So Devorty will pick up, and Widnes have got to live in 10 metres grace. 10 minutes to go. Trying a goal, that's all that's in it. Courtesy of the Halifax post that Rob Schuster of 5 from 5, as it is he's 4 from 5. And Widnes scrapping here for at least a point.
Well, Carl Harrison, the Halifax skipper, must be saying to him, come on, calm it down a little bit. Let's just work it out. You saw there a pass from Bentley when it didn't really need one.
Harrison driving it down the middle, 10 metres in the Widnes half. It's the last tackle. Rowley is there, so too Parker. Parker drifts one over the top. Ruane lets it go past him. Ruane fumbles it, picks up, tries to take Schuster on. It's a great chase by Parker and Hagen, rather.
Super play from Parker there. Just put the ball away from the Widnes defender. Made sure that he was quick onto the chase.
Hadley with the run. Well watched by Harrison. Helped out too by Simon Baldwin. Drops it, Hansen. Moriarty has it. Referee will say, let's play on.
Bad mistake from Hansen there. Just the impact as he hit the ground. A good defence though from Halifax. Put him under pressure.
Rowley from dummy half. Brave run from the little reserve hooker. 6-8, the handling errors. And Widnes behind on the penalty count also. There's a lot of possession against them, Widnes. Burton. Wrestle to the floor.
Well, surely Hagen or Parker will be getting themselves into position. They're the forwards setting it all up. Hagen dropping deep. Parker also.
Rowley back to Devorty, who wants a drop goal. He's kicked it, Devorty. That could be the 2 points for Halifax. Steve-O called it earlier. He said they'd be going for 1, and there it is.
That was great thinking there. Gary Devorty takes it short. Now you can see how they were running. They were running at the angle. They thought it was going to be Hagen or Parker. That really was good thinking from Gary Devorty. The Widnes defence came out quickly, expecting the 2 halfbacks to be the one trying to get the 1 point, but it was Devorty, and Halifax can breathe a little bit easier now.
Yes, that simple drop goal from Devorty means that Widnes now must score twice. Parker, good run, straight into the arms though in the end of Hansen. If they hang on here, Halifax, they'll be well pleased. 7 straight wins. That run came to an end at St Helens. And this, Steve-O, if it be a victory, really has been ground out, hasn't it?
Yeah, they started to lose their way a little bit, but full credit to the forwards. They rolled their sleeves up. The Halifax pack really worked hard. It's all about the experience, and none better than the loose forward Gary Devorty there. Read it exceptionally well. It's been a good effort from both sides.
Spruce still going, the Widnes full-back. And Spruce looking to the referee, Robert Connolly, but Connolly again saying that was a dive by the Widnes full-back, Singleton Ruane. Misses out a couple and finds Collier, who turns it back inside to Darren Wright.
There's still plenty of time for this Widnes side to come back. Okay, there's 7 points adrift.
Ruane pumps one into the air. A tester for Devorty. He takes it well.
Does he ever? Turned his back, protected the ball. Great stuff. Under a lot of pressure too.
Now Moriarty. Thundering challenge on him from David Smith. Richard Smith, the dummy half for Halifax. This Sunday, by the way, on Sky, we have Warrington against Featherstone for you. Again, it's on Sky Sports 2, including all the highlights from the First Division. Matches played, all the tries from Sunday. Halfway line, it's Danny Burton. That's the last tackle for Halifax. Rowley, the dummy half. Here's Parker.
Another good kick right into the corner. Good work from the Halifax forward. Put them in a position. The experience of Wayne Parker gave himself plenty of room. Split the defence. Ideal tactics. He knows the time is Widnes' biggest enemy.
Just let's reiterate the situation at the top of the table. Halifax, before tonight, 8 points behind Wigan with a game in hand. And they've got to play Wigan twice this season. So the big league far from over yet. Despite the fact that Wigan, 12 from 12 at the top and trying to emulate Widnes' record of 13 straight victories at the start of a championship campaign. And if Wigan do beat Oldham and record their 13th straight victory at the start of the season, Leeds will be match number 14 for them. Ruane has popped the ball up to Bentley, and this is the match for Halifax. Bentley, what is he up to? Picks the loose ball up from Ruane and races away, and then takes a little rest behind the sticks. 2 from Bentley tonight, 13 for the season.
Well, just a mistake. It was beautiful play from Smith, who he came back on. Ball out wide, Ruane. Well, you couldn't blame him really. 7 points adrift. It was catch-up football, but this man gleefully accepts it. That definitely is the ball game. But what on earth he was doing there is beyond belief. Was he saying that the Widnes defence had gone to sleep? He may as well join them. Well, that wasn't the case. Oh, dearie me. Bye, bye, bye. What on earth is happening to rugby league?
2 tries from Bentley, another goal from Schuster, and 2 points for Halifax now. 23 points to 10. Match is up for Widnes. It's been a brave effort from the men from Norton Park. But at the end of the day, the 2 tries from Bentley, crucial. 1 in each half, broke that Widnes resistance. Moriarty will be a happy man tonight.
He's worked hard.
Well, he's played well against the club he left behind.
Full credit to Halifax. They really have done their pack working hard. But it was the individual brilliance from their 3 quarters that has saved the day.
How's leaving?
And you really can't say that Widnes are a 13-point worse side.
Canoto flattered Rowley then. And the referee does not give a penalty.
Well, perhaps he had committed himself, but Canoto did set it up. Straight into it. Canoto really did launch then. Well, with a minute remaining in this game, let's hope that tempers do not fray. Let's hope no squaring up has to be done. It's been played in a great spirit. Tough, as our game always is.
Lovely run this from Hammond. He's got Wright in support, who has Spruce there, and Spruce tackled by Richard Smith. Another 4 saved by Halifax, trying to borrow his way over the line. That's the last tackle. Good defence from Halifax.
Was it ever? Beautiful run from Hammond. Set it all up there. But the cover defence for Halifax was superb.
And Hammond so close to finishing it off too. There he is again, Hammond. Not throwing the towel in, despite the fact that they're in the last minute here, Widnes. Been a couple of instances down that end in the second half, Steve-O, where last-ditch tackles by Halifax have saved the day.
Yes, it all down the cover defence. Second effort, and that's what it was. Great pass.
Lovely ball from Moriarty to Preston. Preston being tracked by Spruce. Preston down the touchline, has too much for Spruce, and Preston scores a wonder try. He looked into our studio then and saw Steve Hampson and gave Hampson a big smile and a wink. Mark Preston, a clean pair of heels shown to Stuart Spruce and co.
Never mind Dr. Watson, here's Moriarty. This is a superb pass. That is wonderful stuff. Elementary, my dear. Excellent. He may have scored the try, but the skill of the Welshman, Paul Moriarty, that is superb. You don't need Sherlock Holmes for that one. There's no mystery about it. It was superb football.
Mark Preston with the try, just to wrap it all up for Halifax. Mike Stevenson obviously has read an Arthur Conan Doyle novel this week.
You have to give credit where credit is due, and that was a superb pass. The man was falling to the ground. Many a forward, knowing that he's got the winning wage packet, would have just gone to ground, but no, it was a superb pass. Well supported. That really does bring a tingle to my heart.
Schuster then, 5 from 6 tonight. This by far the most difficult. And he just misses that one, but they're all there or thereabouts, aren't they? And Halifax are now there or thereabouts. They're home and dry. Moriarty, the man who created that try from Mark Preston. It was a super try from start to finish. Moriarty with the pass and Preston with the race downfield. Halifax are back on track. They, along with perhaps St Helens and Leeds, the biggest threat to Wigan's domination. Bentley with a great try in each half. Schuster kicking was pretty good despite the hamstring. But here's the one that broke the Widnes' hearts, and it's the one that almost put John Bentley to sleep. Halifax 27, Widnes 10.